students, today we are going to start with the lesson number 5, that is towards green energy. The meaning of the green energy means the energy which does not cause any pollution towards the environment. Okay, in this lesson we are going to study use of various energy sources, generation of electrical energy and process of generation of electricity and the environment. Okay, in our day-to-day life we use energy in the form of the electricity. Okay, now this electricity, it is generated by using some resources which we obtain on the earth. Okay, now let us see what is the meaning of generation of electricity. For this we have to go for science 1 section, or in which we have studied electromagnetic induction. In electromagnetic induction, this theory or this concept explains you that if conductor or the coil carrying the current or the current is placed, okay, the coil is placed in the magnetic field, then the current is produced or it is generated. Okay, so for that you at least you have to move the magnet, or you have to move the coil, any one of the thing. Okay, so then you can generate the electricity. Means if any wire or any conductor is taken in the magnetic field, then the current flows through it. So the main thing is that you have to move the shaft or the rotating shaft which is shown in the diagram, that should be moved so that the turbine will move. Now what is turbine? Turbine is a thing which keeps on moving. Now if you want to keep this turbine moving to generate the electricity, because as the turbine will move it will generate electricity. Okay, so for moving this turbine we have to use something or some external force. Now this force is in the form of the steam. Okay, you can see some nozzles which are there associated with the turbine, through which the steam comes out and it pushes the turbine. The turbine keeps on rotating. Okay, so when the turbine will rotate, then the electricity will be generated or it will be produced in the coil or in the conductor, and this electricity is used by us from the different form or from the different powerhouses or for different power station. Now the different power stations which you can see over here are first you can see the windmill is shown. In windmill also the turbine is moving with the help of the wind. In the dams or the hydropower station, where the water flows with the speed in the turbine and then the turbine moves. Then down you can see the power plant or nuclear power plant is shown. Okay, thermal power plant is shown. So let's see the working of the power plant. How does the power plant works? In the diagram you can see there is a stock to the left hand side. You can see the stock is there where the gas is let outside of the chimney. Now there is a boiler down which is shown over here, boiler. Now the boiler consists of the water. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to boil the water so that the water produces steam, and this steam is pushed on or it is forced on to move the turbine. Now if you want to boil the water, then you need some fuel. So this fuel can be in the form of the coal, it can be in the form of the nuclear power or nuclear energy like uranium, plutonium. Okay, or it can be solar. Okay, solar you have later on, but you need some fuel to burn, to boil the water in the burner. So then the steam will be formed and this steam will be passed on to the turbine. Turbine will move and it will generate the electricity. Later on this warm water is sent in the cooling tower to cool down. Okay, now there are some problems faced in this thermal power plant. The problem is, first thing is that when you burn coal, the CO2 gas is evolved, which creates pollution, as well as some many soot particles and many other different gases are released out. So the coal is not an eco-friendly fuel. So what is the other option? You can use a nuclear power plant. In nuclear power plant, in spite of coal, uranium or plutonium metal is used, which is highly radioactive, and due to this heat of uranium or plutonium, the water starts heating or it boils and the steam is formed. Okay, now if when the nuclear energy is used, it is very highly dangerous to be used, because it can cause many radiations in the environment, because uranium is a radioactive metal. It keeps on emitting radiations which are very harmful to us, to the environment. Okay, now in all this process, the energy is converted. For example, from the coal, the heat energy is converted into the steam energy, means the kinetic energy. This kinetic energy means turbine is moving, the turbine kinetic energy is converted into the electrical energy. So you can see the many flow charts given in your textbook. Okay, so this was about the different power plants in which the some or the another fuels are used, and these fuels causes some or the other damage for the environment. So which are the another methods which can cause at least harm for the environment, that we will see later